Okie dokie. So today I'm going to scrap out, or see what we can find at least. This is an old 1950s vintage Philco radio. Had vacuum tubes in here that are long gone. Tuner looks like it's got some brass and copper parts on it. Buttons up here on the front. Tuner knob which used to be connected with string. That's how old this is, to the tuner. Push buttons here. Don't know if there will be anything in there. But this is pre-circuit board. So literally everything was done with wire. So we'll have to cut our way through all of this wire. We got a small transformer there. Large transformer up here. What looks to be a capacitor there. All of these components, resistors, capacitors, and whatnot are all in here. I mean, they're just literally, soldered to the wire or soldered to a board that, I mean, this is the entire circuit board right here. That, as far as a traditional circuit board would be considered, everything else is just wire. So we're going to have a lot to cut out here and look at these different components. I have no idea if there's anything valuable in any of these components, given their age or anything. So feel free to tell me if I'm throwing away massive amounts of treasure. We shall see what we can pull out. And then the other part is this did have a turntable record player, which does have a small motor of its own, and maybe a little piece of brass there. Not much on there, just a little something there too, for the pickup for the audio. Who knows? We'll have to see what all is in here. But yeah, this is an old Philco from the 50s. So let's go ahead and start. Use my small snips in here. So this is going to give us a lot of small wires that we're going to cut out of here just to get things out of the way to begin with. You see this, for example, it's just the component is literally soldered to one terminal and then to the other terminal. And most of these have, well, actually I shouldn't say most of them. Some of these have cloth insulation instead of plastic insulation that we normally find. So. My mother, when she was alive, she just passed away last year, at one point had a boyfriend after she and my father were divorced, and he was the kind of guy that would have been able to repair this thing because he was a TV and stereo repairman. Did a lot of stuff with these old vacuum tubes, vacuum tube TVs and stereos. I remember when I was a teenager, going out and helping move them. We'd pick up and pick them up from the client, and then have to take them back to the client after he had repaired them. Got a feeling I'm going to wind up with a big pile of components as well as a pile of wire. Some of them I have no idea what these components are. Another thing I will recommend is have different size cutters and tools for the various things, not just screwdrivers, but various size nippers. I've got my big 10-snip nippers that I use a lot of times. A little bit smaller than that, I've got a standard pair of nippers, and then I've got these storage nippers. And a lot of times, when I need to get in tight places, these storage nippers are the ones I go for. They can just fit in and make life easier. I think these are resistors. They've got it looks like a domino pattern on the back. I think those are the colors that tell you what the resistance is on them. It's the only thing that makes a lot of sense to me, because the resistors that we're used to seeing have color-coded lines on them. And so color-coded dots as a predecessor to that makes a heck of a lot of sense. The problem with this is it's going to take a lot of time to get through all these wires. So, early plastic. Oh, let's see here. It looks like these. Here we go. This is steel. That might be brass. Hope it's steel too. Yeah. Comes up top. Over here. Back. Okay, there's some stuff. This thing jig out. I just not believe the technology that we had and how we did things before the the chips and the microprocessors and everything else came along. I mean, all this is basically the same stuff, it's just done in a different format. Microchip was nothing but resistors and capacitors and transistors and whatnot, just done in a smaller space that was more efficient and cost less in the long run. Even now, everything that we see that comes along is just it's done in a smaller size format, but they figure out how to do things in the most efficient way possible so that it costs them the least amount of raw materials. That's a good thing in a way, because less raw materials means there's more to go around. From a scrapping perspective, though, it's not a good thing, because that means that there's less for us to pull out of these things. Some wires packed in here. And losing gloves. Can't tell if there will be a help or hindrance on this. Although, I have had my tetanus shot, so I'm not worried about some other stuff getting me. Seems to be a bunch right back in here. Blue line, black line. You're still on, you're still on. You're not. Not sure if we'll have a fit with these old wells right now. There's that board. Doesn't look to have too much on it. Maybe a pointer that might be a little bit of. No, that's probably straight steel. So, I don't know, probably some brass on it. If there's anything else, we'll pull it up and take a look at it later. still there. A little copper braid on it, looks like. Grounding out, I guess. Inflation. Looks like it's a resistor too. It's got the old stripes on it, so maybe just take a patch of resistors. Yeah, but just looking at this, I'm going to leave a bunch of little pieces of wire here and there. Can't get a good enough angle when we cut some of them short. Around. Inside. Put something on that side. Over here. There's a small one. There's a cap. Yeah, I've got a picture here. Let's see. What's the here? Let's put my screwdriver away too. Here's what's over there. I will say if there are any resistors that are gold containing, I wager these are probably type that would be because they're so old. Gold was not as valuable back then. So I would not be shocked to find that these were type to do. The problem is everything's packed in here so tight, it makes getting pieces out a little bit of pain. That needs my controller for the project. Now I should go get here. Loose. And that's going to be 3.
There's our small transformer and our big transformer. Big to small. More connectors for the packing tubes. Some components. Get this. Just can't make the rest of this. That's not having a label. I mean, it's made out of paper. Let's see what's in there at some point. Like this. Wires. I get the guys from the 50s, 60s that put these things together. There's no way I would be able to keep all this stuff straight. All these short pieces of wires, all these small components, you just put them in one over the other. I wouldn't be surprised if half the ones that they put together didn't work right out of the factory and they had to go back in. Never else. And this is like depopulating a circuit board by hand. Going after every individual component on the board. There is a reason that television repairman used to be a viable occupation. One of these they're covered in paper, and it's obviously a wet oil-type paper. Those may be capacitors. I know the capacitors do have oil in them, especially the old the aluminum capacitors. It's interesting, time-consuming, but it's interesting seeing how this was made. Trying to deconstruct it the best I can here. I would be interested to know if any of you guys know what these components are. Some of them are obvious, some of them are definitely before my time. And I'm not exactly the spring chicken. But this predates me by about 20 years. Well, at least 10. Probably closer to 20. I know I looked it up at one point and found out the exact when this model radio was made. And I did have it working at one point. But when these vacuum tubes in it go out, it's getting harder and harder to replace them, and finding someone that knows how to do the work is getting harder and harder as well. And more expensive as well. So I didn't use it. The cabinet on it had really started to fall apart, so there wasn't a lot of reason to keep it around anymore. Anyway, I'll look at it. May turn this one apart and scrap it out to make the ones that are still available that much more valuable because there's one that's floating around out there. If you're continuing to watch this, thank you for your patience because this is a piece. Scrap out for sure. There's just no quick way to do this. You really just have to get in and get elbows deep and start snipping away at everything. Remove pieces as you go along, as you can. I looked up this one. So I was looking at it, but I didn't. And again, a lot of these components are just wedged down in here, and it's probably what they have to do just because, the 4 circuit boards didn't have space to not just wedge them down in here. And solder one in, wedge it in as far as you can, go on to the next component. Down to this last little corner. On the right side, everything in this should be copper iron, no aluminum. And those motors, and those transformers. these, I just cut one side, and I can pull it up, and break it angle on the other side. That's what the heck that was. Oh, I got two guns for a second there. I'll tell you one thing, if you do decide to scrap one of these out, remember it takes time. This is not one that you're going to do a speed record on. So unless there's really some good recovery metals in this stuff, I cannot imagine it being worth it. To me, this one's more about curiosity than anything. See what's what in here. All these wires are like 2 inches long. These are basically falling apart now. And like I said, they're cardboard type paper that's soaked in resin or oil. So if you mess with them, they start falling apart. Oh, okay. Where did the wait? I'm going to get it out here. I have not said so. I am fairly much with these pliers. Concept is nice, but execution is one. There, snip them out. I get a little bit of room. What that is, that's right there. Okay. Anything within here? Put wires just now. Okay, there's one more guy back here. Okay, one more. Now, this is probably, these are probably black brass contacts. Brass tabs all through this. I did not know if I would even contemplate going after that. The rest of that is all steel, and there's something more here. Hiding. Kind of blend in, weren't you? I got all of them. So that's down to just steel now. There's more wire there. That's all steel now. The tuner assembly here. Less complex than that big piece. However, it's got its own share in here. On the right side, the steel part of this is very heavy. This is not some thin sheet metal. This is, I don't know, probably about 18 gauge, 16 gauge, something in that range. More substantial than the stuff that you find out nowadays. Again, some of those situations where they would solder one piece in, and then push it down out of the way so they can then get the next piece in and work on that. This piece definitely has some more brass in it. Back at this pin fell apart. It's entirely possible, instead it had been putzing around here for a long time. And ready to fall apart. And a couple small pieces of wire. Sure, pretty good. Get it. One more. Got two more in there. Pendulums. For that. And got some there, but I'm not going to. Honestly, it's taking longer than I thought it was going to. That's press. I gotta figure out how to get that off there. I don't budge. That's more that. A piece of mic brass went right off. Okay, is there anything else on here? Definitely looks like chapping this brass as well. I'm going to study this on how to take it apart. I just saw that there's one screw that they've got there that they actually soldered on. screws, and they look like they actually be brass. They're brass screws, so I'm going to take a little bit of time trying to get them out. Let's shoot too hard there. Get my glove getting away. This is brass. That looks like it's brass. Those look like they might be copper. Nope. Brass or copper. Some coils or anything. Probably copper on those as well. Look like they make tinned, but it's not ferrous. So I'll put this aside. Figure out how to take it apart a little bit more later. It's got two side gussets on here. You have to use a chisel and hammer to get them apart. We'll do that later. This piece, the rest of that's scrap. This piece is more the same. As to say, some resistors, capacitors, a little bit of wire, but nothing to speak of really. I hope somebody that responds to when they see this, tell me I've got some heavy gold bearing resistors or something like that around here. Because otherwise, this is a lot of work for very little reward. We will eventually find out because all this stuff is going to get shredded down. And we'll find out exactly what is in all of it. I'd like to say that this one went quicker because of what I was doing, but it went quicker because things are laid out a little bit easier for me to get at. I'm sorry you can't see all this, actually, but the angles I've got to get to some of these components. It's make it hard. Angle towards the camera all the time. And I need to try to get the components out after them. Okay, that is that one. So, what do we want to be fairly quick. Just a couple wires. Actually, 4 cents. First folks have some of this. There's nowhere to go. That's how this looks like the Ajax. This is no one knows the Ajax. Here's all the steel. Just smaller bits and pieces that might be brass. I'll finish taking this part later. What does it look like? Works one video. I'm just going to put left on it. This brass. There's that tiny little wire for the pickup head. The needle. That might be brass. Oh gosh. My little brass on. Nothing too fancy. That might be brass. I'm not sure, but I can look at that later. Most of that's steel. So, this is everything we got. We got a bunch of little bit of wire. I'll take a look at it, but save it for later. We got one large transformer, one big, small transformer, a little clump of wire, not much, and we've got one more little transformer in that. This motor looks like it might have copper plates on the end, so I might try and get that. I'm not sure if that'll be easy or not. If nothing else, I'll drop it in the crucible and let it melt off. I mean, obviously a bunch of little components that we'll have to figure out if they have any metal value in them.
let's take a look at these guys real quick. See what, if anything, we have here. We'll be able to do that with that. Let's see, flat screwdriver. Of course, ringers, this is a big spool. Oh gosh, this is going to be nasty. So you got a lot of paper in here with the copper. We'll see if I can't. Let's see if we can get it out real quick. See how much is there. God, that's going slowly. I'm about halfway through, maybe a little bit more. Not sure what fell off there. Good grief. I'm almost through. There we go. Surprisingly, that machete holds up pretty dang well to all the abuse that I give it. Oh yeah, that's actually plenty worth it. We got plenty of treasure out of that. More than I anticipated. Actually, I should say more than I anticipated. A lot more copper. I thought there was going to be a lot of paper. I mean, there is a good bit of paper, but it looks like it was just bound up around the ends, and the center is all copper. There's the other half. Still. This one's coming off. I mean, this looks like it could be the same deal. Lots of paper is what I'm seeing, but again, the copper core looks good. My nose is itching something fierce. There's two of them. Don't want to start on me. It's got a couple of pins in it. Didn't see those earlier. I do prefer using the machete on these because these copper traces that go through the center are quite thick. Getting them out can be a little bit of a pain. There we go. All those are up. That's steel. Copper, steel. I've got a little bit of copper floating around over here. Not a lot, but some of that escaped. So we did get a good little bit of copper out of it. So this is what we know we got. In terms of copper. stuff. Stub it. And there's our copper hull, plus whatever's in this stuff. So we shall see what all we can do with this come melt day, which is going to be, see, I think this is the 3rd scrap video. Yeah, this is the 3rd scrap video, so next week will be a melt day. We'll melt down this copper. Not working on wires yet. Melt down the copper from the monitor and the Panasonic CD changer, and we'll go from there. Have a good one, guys.